Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. I have built my Icon and Pecan Landgraab mansion from The Sims Mobile in The Sims FreePlay as a request from Takashi Sims. And my concern was that the multi-level roofing that's missing from The Sims FreePlay would be a problem. Thanks so much for understanding. I didn't promise, but I've still gone ahead and done it. And I was happy that I took on the challenge. It was quite hard because it's just unrealistic to have a house that's broken up. Unless they are different properties, say in a street, if you look at it that way. But I found a way to just be satisfied with the way that it turned out. I decided to place some stone benches up top here to cover the area that breaks the 3 different builds on here apart. So I wanted it to feel real, and you know, when you look at it, it's covered. You're not seeing down into a patio space. These trees are meant to be the ones that line out and design the front part here, but I've used the holly ones because we don't have the other ones in the game. And the palm tree itself is a single grid palm tree, this particular one. Some of you will have it in your game from the very first time you started playing The Sims FreePlay. It would be the ones that would be on the very first house that you get. The Landgraab plot in The Sims Mobile has a roundabout, so I was glad to use this plot as it's the only one that has that similar type of front part, okay? Now on this side of the house, you see that I've covered it up the same way too, with those benches, just to make it look realistic instead of looking down onto the patio. And yeah, everything else is exactly the same to some degree, of course. Dimensions are off. This is actually a lot smaller. The Landgraab plot is massive in The Sims Mobile. It's huge. And I only realized that as soon as I took on this challenge, because I immediately used the exact same dimensions and it didn't work. We also don't have the ability to use different exterior walls. So the rear is completely different from the Landgraab mansion that I built in The Sims Mobile. Okay, I've squeezed in an in-ground spa as some sort of pool for the house. As big as it is, we have to have a pool, and we don't have pools in The Sims Mobile, which is sad. And again, another roofing patchwork up top here. Okay, so there. Let me know what you think about the exterior. Remember to get those fingers going in the comments down below, and let me know what you would have done differently. You know, I might have had some sort of brain fog and not been able to realize 1 or 2 things I could have done to make it look as it should, as seen in The Sims Mobile. So again, gallery windows is what I was able to use, and I realized then that I use a lot of color in The Sims Mobile than I do in The Sims FreePlay. Don't know why that is, but the colors in The Sims FreePlay are not as vibrant. Okay, so this is the front part here, and I have included Peacan and Icon into this property, as is the case in The Sims Mobile Landgraab plot. So Icon's in his gym. That's exactly where his gym is situated, as an outdoor space, and this is her yoga studio on the side, and that's the only waterfall that works in the space, okay, as is the case in reference to what I'd already done in the Sims Mobile's version. Okay, so she's got the salt lights, candles, and so on, and the pink rug is meant to be her yoga mat, and this fountain is the closest one in appearance to the one I used in the Sims Mobile. The entrance is porched. That was the best thing I could do to create the same look. So you first come in, and then you've got this line of glass windows and the front door. Now this is meant to be one room, a T-shaped room, but you can't do that in The Sims FreePlay, sadly. So everything has to be broken up as usual, and we can't wait till they just give us what we want. You know, I'm so tired of waiting, but yeah, in The Sims Mobile you can see how it's just one T-shaped room. Now when you come in underneath the porch, as I say, you got the glass, so it breaks up the wall, and you can then come in from the main front door. Okay, there are stairs to the left and right. There's a little porch to a restroom and some bedrooms, and then you have double arches, and again stairs to the other end, and a clock, a grandfather clock. I do have that exactly in that position in The Sims Mobile, but there should be a door to the kitchen there. Couldn't do that because the layout just wouldn't work. So you come into the main living area here, and there's meant to be a dining room here, absolutely. And then of course I went on to put in The Sims FreePlay touch, because you really can't build exactly as you know you see in The Sims Mobile. Things are very different, and colors are completely different. You know, the swatches are totally different. How many times did I say different? Okay. This is the main living area facing a cinematic screen, and you can see in the Sims Mobile how it connects from the entrance. That's the dining, and then the color swatches work well together. You got beautiful curtains, as you can see here, but I can't do that in this game. And these are these fabulous colors, these chocolatey colors. The Cafe Grande live event chairs, vintage chairs, and the beautiful triple couch just reminds me of chocolate. I just love it. Okay, so that's the setup for the living room in that corner, and then there's an arch leading into the kitchen. But I then put together something here, some sort of a buffet end table for the dining area, you know, with drinks and so on, statue and a plant in the corner, and as I say, no curtains. So you come into the kitchen right here. This is what I was able to put together. Now this is where the kitchen got broken up. So I couldn't make it the size of kitchen it should be. So I had to start glitching. I had to stuff the fridge into a cabinet. I had to use items that work, and I was able to keep that blue color, but it's completely different still from the one in the Sims Mobile. And as I have mentioned, it's a lot narrower because the building is broken from this point. And so there was just no way to give it that full shape that I would want it to have. But everything fit in nicely here. Somehow, this is where the kitchen is situated as it should be according to the other floor plan. And there's even some space at the back here, maybe for a couch, or perhaps that's where the door should be. But instead I place a door to the side. It's exactly the same in the Sims Mobile. You come out the kitchen and there is a passage to another room that should be an ensuite, but it's got a piano in it with a bathroom. And that's exactly what I've done in the Sims Mobile build. So same thing, you get the passageway on the side. There's an area to sit and eat outside here. And then of course I made it a piano room too, so it should be a bedroom. So you can start counting your rooms. There's a number of rooms in this house. Okay, and yeah, bookshelves. There's meant to be a dance floor or something. And in the Sims Mobile, I didn't make it a room like this. It's a lot vibrant, so I use these colors, an area to sit down, have drinks and so on. And then of course the door that leads into the ensuite bathroom. A very nice Zen one that I do have in the Sims Mobile. If you want to see the full tour of that, an icon should pop up in the top right hand corner of your screen, and it will take you to that video. Okay, so that's what I have on the side here. And then we have the far end of this build, where we have a door that leads across a broken area to our room, and then a guest restroom on the side, but following through under the arch leads into another bedroom. So the piano room is meant to be a bedroom, but for a luxury house they didn't need to make it another bedroom. This room has a closet. It's a guest bedroom, so just for someone who's spending the night, or you know, partied way into the night and thought, I need a place to just rest my head. But I love that there are flowers and plants and shrubs outside the window. I like seeing things like that. So I did that for the room, and that room can use a little restroom on the side here if they need to. But it's just a guest restroom for people who visit the family. Okay. There isn't a bath in there though. Anyway, this door cuts across an open space, right? Here's the next crack in the build, right here. Okay. But then it's meant to flow through into that big lovely bedroom that Icon and Peacan would have kept for their daughter who's in boarding school. So it's got lots of colors, it's got lots of things, a study area, all her awards and so on. But she hardly ever stays there anyway because she's in boarding school. So once in a while she might, you know, make it back to the room. That reminds me, I have to make her, right? So she has to get pregnant. This is the closet. And then from that area, you work your way into the bathroom right here. They get a shower and a double sink and a toilet unit. I couldn't put a tub in that space. Too many broken parts to the build. Yeah, so this is the other angle. Again, no curtains, sadly, that work with these gallery windows. You know, they're high up to the ceiling, so it doesn't work. She gets the door that leads out to the what I call the pool of the house. But it's shaded, and I love that idea. Again, Somishai Sims was the inspiration. And it really helps because, you know, the building takes up almost all the grid spaces. And so it's nice to insert a pool of some sort on the interior. We're going upstairs, And if you watch the tour of my Landgraab mansion in The Sims Mobile, you will notice that, oh well, we just got the multi-story update. And so the entire top part of the house is just the master bedroom. It's not unusual for me to build that way. I have built some mansions in my town, Sims FreePlay, where just the top part belongs to the master bedroom, and that's the same with this house. So that worked out fine for me. And it's quite similar, as you can see here. But as I mentioned earlier, the colors in The Sims Mobile are so beautifully vibrant, and I really like that. It's aesthetically pleasing. This feels a bit faint, you know, like the blood has been drained out of it a little and should be warmer, you know. This build is very lavish in space, you know. These could work out as bedrooms that we're looking at, but it's just the main corridor upstairs that then leads into the master bedroom. That's how I built the Landgraab plot, and it worked. But in The Sims FreePlay, you get to see a little bit more space, okay? But I wanted to keep true to the challenge as best as I possibly can, you know, and that's why I've done it this way and put things out where they would go, as was the case in the other build. But the color swatches, again, are not all exactly the same. You know, so that's the thing. So the pink option for this room was the best way to go. I went for other, you know, furniture pieces, but they just didn't tie in well together. So this is what I've settled for. And as is the case in the other build, I have a study on the side here. You've only got this 3-grid wide computer desk and the black one as well. Apart from that, no other colors. This is the bathroom on the side. And again, they've got that big tub. They've got, you know, a double sink and a toilet unit and so on. This little glitchy piece on the floor here is as a result of the Cafe Grande live event door right here. You know, it glitches on the top part, and I wasn't going to start changing the entire color of the bathroom because of it. You can imagine. Oh dear. Now we have the closet space over on the side here, and it had to be completely different from the closet space design for the actual one I built in The Sims Mobile. So I built it the Sims FreePlay way. Or shall I say, I Sims FreePlay-fied it. There's no such word. But yes, pink worked well because the pink options of items in the game happen to have the bright color swatches. They pulled together in one piece. It looked right. I love the way you see the bags, you see the shoes with just one arch, a mirror at an angle, the jewelry display. That she can actually come in and decide what she wants to pick out and wear on a beautiful gown right opposite her, and then head on out the front door. So yeah, that's the complete build. So my challenger, what do you think? What do you think? Did it work? Would you recreate this house this way? In all honesty, I would have not kept this house for so long, but I will. And I say that because I'm hopeful that we would get multi-level roofing somehow. I'm hopeful. They gave us balconies, they gave us stairs, they gave us walls up. We've got different things, you know, mezzanines features in the game that wasn't there before in The Sims FreePlay either. So I'm hopeful, you know, maybe different shaped rooms, maybe, you know, we've been asking for so long. So I'm hopeful. So what I'll do is keep the house, and then when the time comes, if we do get that sort of update, if ever, then I will just quickly pop in here and then merge the house together the way it should be and make sure it flows the right way, adjust the floor plan to make it look exact to the best of my ability. So I'll try. Oh, challenges are not the best thing or the easiest thing, I'd say, but I'm glad I did it. Made me find out a few things in comparison, you know. I started comparing so many things, and it even began to affect the way I would put a build together in The Sims FreePlay. But thank you so very much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye!